Hi, good morning, happy Saturday. So I am El from Sustainable Living and Cooking. Finally, we're back to doing our videos because we took a break from when we moved to Malta to Slovakia for nearly 2.5 years, not doing these videos. Today, I'm gonna do a recipe which is for this time of the year. It's November, and in Malta we normally eat the November bones. As I am in Slovakia, these November bones are not found in shops, but still, even you in Malta, you can do them at your own home. There are recipes, and I'm gonna be using the recipe of the sweet balance. You can find her even on Instagram, the sweet balance. And it's really easy. Here I have already prepared the dough and the filling. So for the dough, we just need, and I'm gonna read, 500 grams of plain flour, 227 grams of cold butter grated, 500 grams of castor sugar, 1 zest of a lemon, 2 pure vanilla extract. I use vanilla bean, so I will show you the vanilla bean later. 2 medium egg yolks and 600 milliliters of water. For the almond paste, you need 250 grams of pure almond, 250 grams of castor sugar, and 2 medium egg whites. So, and you have an optional if you want, almond extract. I would avoid it because, you know, for me, promoting sustainable living and cooking, I wouldn't go for this thing. Then, to assemble, you need 2 tablespoons of milk of your choice. You can use even alternative milk. Then for the icing, you'll need royal icing sugar, a cup, 2 to 3 tablespoons of water or milk, again the milk of your choice, and 1 tablespoon of almond extract. So we'll start. I have already done the mixing. Let me finish my coffee. So I mixed everything by hand, but you can always even mix by a mixer or anything what you like. I prefer mixing things with my hand, to be honest, because it comes of a better texture. This been 2 or 3 days resting if you want. So now some flour, and I don't stay cutting the bones into sizes. I will show you my method. Maybe my method is not as good as someone else's, but I find my method good for me. Always remember to wash your hands before even starting. I'm gonna throw a bit more. I always open it like this. I will tell you why I'm gonna. Something I do before I start doing doughs always is some oil, olive oil, sunflower oil, whatever, on the rolling pin, and then I wipe it with a paper so it will become a bit greasy so that nothing sticks to it. You keep opening it. As you can see, the dough is very easy to open, and when it comes at a consistent, I think it's around half or less than half a centimeter, you grab your dough cutter. Now this is how I do the things. This is the so this is the filling. By coincidence, I use the same recipes for the Easter figollis, and I had what I had left. I had frozen, just not to throw it away, you know. So I'm using this year's figolli almond, but I have already did even another mix over here from this year. So what I do is put a good lump of almond, I cut it in this shape. I like to move this more to the edge, and I tell you why. So that the end result comes at the bottom. And yes, even though I took out the brush, I still love using my hands when I'm doing these things. So then, all you need to do, so you're seeing it like this, grab your finger and you pinch, and you have the bone there. And the same on this side, and hopefully when they're cooked, you will see them ready in a form of the bone. As you can see, they have the shape of a bone, and I carry on, you know, doing all the rest with what the dough gives me. Something I always do, re-seal the dough. You can freeze it, you can reuse it even for figolli because it's very similar, and write a date. So today is 16/11/24, so that when you put it in the freezer, you know, and you have to write sweet pastry. So that I know, because in the freezer I normally have puff pastry, which I do, pizza dough, short crust, so you don't mix the things. So let's go back to the bones. The original recipe says to buy a bone cutter and you stay cutting the bones out with a 12 centimeter or 8 centimeter bone cutter. In my case here in Slovakia, I couldn't find the bone cutter. The first year I made from paper a bone. I found it on the computer, but then the next year I found this, which is faster, you know, in a way. And look, it's not the shape or the size, but the taste, that it's a genuine product, you know, made by yourself. So let's put it in the oven for 20 minutes on 180 degrees. So I'm using a fan oven. If you're not using a fan oven, the time might be more than 20 minutes, because it's between 20-22 minutes. Fan ovens tend to cook faster, so you have to be more aware what's happening in the oven than non-fan ovens. We'll see you later when they're ready, they're cooled, and how we will do the icing on top of them. So the 20 minutes have passed. As I said, if you have a fan oven, you have to be more careful when they're browning. We put them on a cooling tray. They're hot at the moment. So we let them cool. Then, in the meantime, whilst I was waiting for them to cool, I made the icing sugar. I used the milk that I was using to seal the bones, so not to waste it, you know. So I used milk and sugar. You have to have a thick consistency. So as you can see, this is a good consistency. Obviously you're gonna have to do it once or two times again, because it's always falling. So now I cover them with some sugar. And always coat again. And at the very end, I just coat with some almonds. And these are the Novembru bones. So these are the Novembru bones. Whoever wants to find the link is on the sweet Bellin's traditional Maltese bones. You can find her also on Instagram, The Sweet Balance. What can I say more? Thank you for following us. We have our YouTube channel, Sustainable Living and Cooking. We have our also group on Facebook with the same name, Sustainable Living and Cooking. And we have our own website where we produce our own foods. It's called madebyl.store. You can find jams, you can find chutneys. We produce our own meat from our own porks. We have ham, bacon, sausage. We also are work in collaboration with a farm which produces honey. We have Black Friday deals as well at the moment. So go in on www.madebyl.store and you can find all these homemade jams and food products on our website. Thank you and good afternoon.